You have the home field advantage with Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic. Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Timothy Hawks and sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle lead an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists working with athletes of every level to prevent injuries, enhance sports performance, or heal through surgery and rehabilitation. Let Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Clinic get you back in the game and keep you in the game.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazin' Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's. Welcome to week 6 of Salina Friday football here on Salina Media Connection. Here with a team with opposite records, I would say. The Salina South Cougars coming in at 0-5, looking for their first victory of the year, and the Maize Eagles at 5-0 on the season. Hello, everyone. I'm Colin Crowder here with my partner, Charles Ross.
And wow, wouldn't it be a great time to get a win for the Salina South Cougars?
Yeah, absolutely. Like we're thinking about, we were just kind of talking earlier about, this is if you're winless and you get a big win against even an undefeated team, you have those games like we have tonight. So we have the kickoff is actually moved up from 7 o'clock to 5 o'clock. This is here on October 5th. We do have a storm in the works in the area, so we're trying to get this game in before that. But, you plan all week, even almost all night last night about, hey, we're going to play this game on the road at 7, and when this game gets moved up to 5 o'clock, you got to, change when you leave, change whatever classes you were in at the time. So I feel like this is kind of the perfect opportunity for Salina South to kind of capitalize and make a win off of this.
Yeah, this would be the time, especially when you get a team that's 5-0 and they're facing a team that's 0-5.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a tendency sometimes to overlook those kind of games.
There can absolutely be a lapse where, you kind of think that, going back to what I was mentioning about, well, we still got to go here and do this thing at 5 o'clock, but, we're just going to steamroll them. That's kind of the perfect angle to catch them off guard.
Right.
And just kind of an interesting note to talk about Maize. Maize, again, 5-0 this year. They won last week 27-2 against Goddard. But another interesting thing to note, in the whole season, Maize has not given up a touchdown or a field goal any game. Every game except this Goddard game was a to 0 win for them.
Wow.
And, even the 2 points safety that Maize allowed last week, that would be on the offense. That's not responsible for the defense. So I think it's going to be pretty tough for, at times, South's offensive line struggling to block. I think it's going to be pretty interesting to see tonight.
Wow, they put them on the spot from the very beginning.
Yeah.
Put the Salina South Cougar offense against that good Maize defense,
Yeah,
it sounds like.
I mean, I would almost want, if I was Maize, I would want to have the South offense out there first.
Well, that's what they got. It's all good unless the South offense makes a way to score.
Yeah, and so the run game's got to be there for South because this pocket protection hasn't been there all year for South. And if Taryn Galloway is going to stand there in the pocket and try to throw, he's just going to absolutely get run down by those front 3 or 4 by Maize. We do have storms in the area, but we have a pretty sunny day, I would say, right now. It's kind of been cloudy all day, but we had the sun come out. We do have some clouds, but they're pretty high up in the sky. But again, we do have the rumors of a storm incoming. And it looks like number 96, Hunter Clark, as a senior for the Eagles, will be starting this game off for us. We have Brant Cox and Kai Calvert. Kai Calvert being the senior and Brant Cox being the freshman out there. I think you'd probably assume where they're going to kick this one. And they kick it to the senior. Coming left over the middle of the field. Gets some blocking room. And he takes a pretty good return, round out to about the 33-yard line. I'd say that's a pretty good start.
That is a good start. That is a rather good return.
Yeah.
Now when your offense comes out, that's what really is going to show the tail of the tape.
Yeah, again, South's offense been known to go backwards at times. We'll see if they can get off to a right step here. And there's the duo we've seen a lot, Kyle Quill and Taryn Galloway out there. Galloway takes first snap, going to be an option pitch, but we're going to have a double pass.
Wide open!
And a wide open
Take it to the house!
Burger to the 10, and he's taken down. How about that play call on first down? Open up the game.
That's a good play.
Those are kind of the things you want to get this. This is the scenarios where you can get them kind of caught off guard, and I think they just showed it right there.
That was totally off guard.
And after one play, South is on the 10-yard line, almost ready to score on this Maize defense that have not given up any scores in 20 quarters this year. It's going to be Galloway, keeper to the 5, gets it down to about the 2 or 3.
Wow, not to played very well. The Salina South Cougars are looking good on this first
So
series.
far.
But do you think there's a possibility that Maize came in overlooking them?
I think so, absolutely. I mean, you kind of have to assume that. I mean, even just looking at them so far, they're looking a little lackadaisical, perhaps, when you think about how strong they've been and kind of just allowing those holes by South so far. And there's handoffs. Number 45, Jaden Miller. Looked like he might have had a second effort there to get in, but a good job there to keep him out. South's going to go hurry up here. Third and goal, excuse me. And that's going to be a handoff inside. Looks like Jaden Miller again, and it's a touchdown!
So what's that streak you said about that defense?
Well, it was a current streak, and now it is in the past. as Salina South's the one to put an end to it. Salina South on the board.
Now this is the type of at the part of the season that
Kick
it's
is up
good.
and good by Eric Rincon. That's just a 4-play drive. You had the opening play of the double pass.
so. Did they really want to?
Did you really
want to kick it off to them first?
Yeah, exactly. Did you really? I mean, usually what people find out is that whatever I say is completely wrong.
Or
And
whatever we say.
whatever happens is just the complete opposite.
Yeah.
But that's not going to stop me from trying.
Wow. I don't think you could have guessed that,
I don't think so at all.
especially the one trick play that they came out with.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you're 0-5. I mean, you pull everything out.
Yeah.
And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you're
already 0-5.
Yeah,
What else are you going to lose?
yeah.
Kind of an interesting diamond formation looking here at Maize on their kickoff return. A lot of wide open space in between about the 45 to about the 30. And they're going to kick it short. Crossing the 30. And he's going to be wrapped up about the 41. Or excuse me, about the 36.
I don't know that I wouldn't have kicked it a little bit deeper on that.
Yeah, it makes me just wonder if South was really just kind of had seen some stuff from these return guys that they just did not want to get in the long game.
So how is this offense?
Well, their offense been putting up about 20, 40 points per game. So I think you can kind of say that maybe the defense has been more of the standout so far, but the offense definitely can move the ball and also put points on the board when it needs to. Hand off left side. Picks up about 5 or 6.
6, it looks like.
Those are the kind of first down yardage you need when you're on the road. And I think I hear some of the South fans, I don't know if they were chanting overrated. And that second down, got a wide receiver screen out there. Well defended from Salina South. Does still ended up picking up about 1 yard. That's going to bring up a third and 3.
This is a big third down right here.
Yeah.
Big third down for the Salina South Cougars.
And we do see number 45, Jaden Miller, who scored the touchdown out there as a left defensive end for the Cougars. May's going to line up 3 receivers on the far side of the field. And it's going to be a run on third down. Gonna
He
be
goes
wrapped
nowhere.
up.
Fumble!
Oh, comes
And it looks
out.
like the Salina South Cougars have it.
But it looks like I think they're ruling him down.
Wow.
I think he does have it, but I think that they're ruling him down. But it's going to be fourth
Too
down.
bad they don't have instant replay.
Well, yeah, depends in 1 down, or they might be able to get it after this down. 4th and 1, Maize is going to go for it. Ball is right at
Maybe they're
the
going to try and draw
45.
them off sides.
That's a pretty good guess.
No.
Seconds. They're going to run. They're going
Little
to quick
kick.
it. It's going to take a pretty good Maize bounce. And going to be down at right about the 10-yard line.
Wow.
Well, you don't get the fumble, but I think you got to be pretty happy
Yeah, you got
if
to.
you're the South defense on that.
Now, what trick play do they have left in the bag?
You know, you got to think that their defense is telling them that, hey, you got to cover your guys out there. You can't just let guys just run free down the field, even if it is kind of looking like a designed run. I mean, they could come back out here and run that same play.
That now would be the time to do it.
But they're a little bit more bunched. I don't know if they're going to be doing that pass to Quill.
Here he comes.
First down.
That there.
Play to Quill.
But the linebacker broke right through there untouched. That pretty much is a dangerous move there.
Yeah, and I think Quill might have ended up losing a little bit. Maybe lost about 6 inches.
Well, they let that linebacker fire through there. Somebody's going to have to pick him up, or it could be a long.
Well, when you talk about that, you could do that kind of double pass again, but if you just have one little thing go wrong, it can be terrible. Another handoff to Quill, maybe got a yard, got his 6 inches he lost, and got another 6 or so. But if you try to run kind of the trick play, especially when you're on your own 10-yard line, that could really blow up in your face. But so far, you kind of see the aggression from Salina South playing a little bit more conservatively right here.
Big third down.
Here comes the blitzing linebacker throwing over. Looked like he almost had it. That was number 12, Cameron Grimes for Maize. And kind of trying to find Ty Garrett, but really didn't give his guy a shot at all. Gave the Maize player more of a shot there. But after the on-fire nature of that first drive, South gets a very quick 3-and-out with not really gaining any yards. Jaden Miller here. The punt, called his name a few times already. Pretty good punt. Fielded about the 42. Returner clocking the 40 to the 30 and out of bounds about right there.
So that was a good field position move.
Yeah, it was a really good wall that Maize created there for that return.
And it kind of looked like he was running slow motion down the sideline.
Yeah. Well, he's just trying to get the cinematic feel out of it. He's trying to get his NFL films.
Highlights.
Yeah, exactly. Maize going to take over their second drive, 1st and 10 from the 30. And that's going to be a good read by the quarterback. He's kind of carrying that out there pretty loosely. If he's going to be making runs over the middle of the field, kind of carrying that ball loosely as he did that last play, South's going to have some pretty good shots at him. Picked up 7 on that first down, 2nd and 3 now. And it's going to be another
quarterback keeper, but he goes nowhere.
Good job by Landon Bowles. Able to keep an eye on the quarterback and take him down. Here's that 3rd down again. Maybe lost a couple. It's going to be about a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4.
It's a big 3rd down for the Maize.
Running out 3 receivers again to the wide side. Back to pass,
right, and he's got a man.
Throw it
wide open, and he knocks it loose.
Kai Calvert with a perfectly timed defensive swat.
And that he had that in his hand. The receiver had it.
He did. Fantastic play there. One thing I've been noticing about the quarterback, Caleb Grill for Maize, he's kind of, when he's getting ready to take the snap, he's always like looking where his running backs is. Sometimes the running back's behind him. It's almost like he's got to like make sure that he's back there. Like, he's maybe not trusting him that he's there. But it's going to be 4th down and 4 officially.
And they're going for it.
And I think we might have a Maize timeout. And we do. And the timeout leads to a pretty good applause from the Salina South crowd here. Good pressure on the edge there by the Cougars. There's Jaden Miller again. We've called his name once or twice so far.
That is for sure.
1:22 left in the first quarter. Still our score 7-0 Cougars. Running in motion, this time going to be behind. And that's going to be number 25, Caden Cox for Maize.
Looks like he gets up to about the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of before that too.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's still going to bring up a 3rd and long.
This is a big 3rd down again, and it's early in the game, but to make a stand and a show.
And they're back to pass again. Decent protection. Off balance throw again.
Oh!
And Luke Strike going to come up with a big interception there, but dropped
Wow, you've got to catch that.
it. Hit him in a bad spot right in the hands.
Well,
I know that wall too well.
yeah, you have got to catch that, though.
Yeah.
You cannot give them another shot, and that's what we're doing right now.
Especially when you got, again, playing with these big teams, you got to come up with those plays.
Right, you're playing a 5-0 team. You don't give them, you cut those as many
Mistakes.
plays as they can have down.
Again, we have another 4th down. Officially 4th and 8 for Maize. Getting a call from the sideline, 10 on the play clock. Man in motion. They're going to do
Pulls
play
it back,
action. Gonna go
and he's got his
with
man
it.
wide open.
And he overthrows
Whoa!
him. Looking for Jordan Helm.
If he pulls that back a little bit, that's 6.
And I see that when he threw that ball looked wobbly in the air the whole time.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's just not getting his feet set. I think he's definitely got time to set his feet, even when he's kind of fleeing away, but he is not doing all that well throwing on the run so
Cougar
far.
defense has got to get, though, the safety has got to get back there. They cannot allow that man to be that wide open.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you they come out the second half, they're going to be going for that.
Yeah. Regardless, Salina South takes over again. Gonna be handoff Quill left side, and not much going there. And that will more than likely be the last play of the first quarter. They'll pretty much, all but 3 plays on the goal line have been pretty much played on this side of the field. And that indeed will be the end of the first quarter.
Wow.
Salina South looking pretty good so far, up 7-0 over the Maize Eagles, and we'll be back with second quarter action after this.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazing Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
And welcome back, everyone. About to start quarter 2 of action of the Salina South Cougars versus the Maize Eagles. South, again, taking an early lead, less than a minute and a half into the ball game, I'd say. 7-0 over the Maize Eagles. Salina South has the ball back on their own 40. We'll see if they can get some momentum push here to get it a little more
The only scoring
downfield.
we had was the Salina South Cougars scoring, and that's,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have thought that. Oh, good pass over the middle.
And there's Jace Varela again. That was a good second down play there, getting
Yeah,
about
manageable
8.
third. That definitely makes it a manageable third.
Sure. Could see maybe South go to the run here. And no, it's going to be a keeper for Galloway. And gets by the initial defender, but after that, taken down. Not really going to pick up anything there. And the decision here
Wow.
for Coach Sellers, they're going to punt it.
And that's, I think that's a wise decision.
I think so too.
You don't want to
And
give
I only
the
see
momentum.
10. I don't mean to interrupt you, sir. I'm sorry, but I do only see 10 players on the field for South. And there's another pretty not great punt, but certainly not the worst you could have. I don't know if South had full personnel out there. Tried counting about twice. But I think when we had that switch, I think somebody was not on the field that needed to be. Well, regardless, puts Maize in a little bit deeper starting field position than they normally get.
Yeah.
First down, good pull by the
Little
quarterback.
slang pass.
Didn't look like much happening there, but still able to barrel forward for about 3.
You know, that's all you got to get each time.
Yeah.
3 yards.
Yep.
That's what Coach when I was younger, used to tell us. You got to get at least 3 yards.
Mm-hmm. Two's not going to do it. 3 will do it, though.
2 won't do it.
Yep. Second, about 7. It's going to be a first down handoff. Picks up 2 that time. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Here they go.
I get the sense this feels like another big 3rd down. Because, again, they could explode at any moment.
That is very true. And he's rolling out.
He has a man
That's
open.
a man wide open.
Good catch, good tackle there by Colby Bullier. But that's enough to move the chains. First and 10 Eagles. You like to have those 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. It's going to be a handoff there. Sifting through some traffic, picking up about 5 on first down.
Back to pass.
Good throw there. Number 88, and that's going to be coming back.
There's a couple of flags.
I think we might have a block in the back. Is that kind of what that seemed like to you?
It looked that way, but
it looked like a pretty big hit.
well, and a couple of them seen it.
Yeah. And that is going to be the call. Block in the back negates a pretty good play for the Eagles. Perfect throw by Caleb Grill just over the South defender. Was certainly first down yards. And that's going to back this up. Again, going to be from the spot of the foul, so only going to be, it's about a loss of 2 maybe on the play. So instead of 2nd and 5, going to be about 2nd and 7.
Here they go. It's a handoff.
Now he's going to be a
fakes
keeper
it.
throwing
That's
down.
a man.
And you could only defend that so many times so well until the Maize wide receivers just step up and take it away from you.
Wow. He was
Massive
there.
throw.
He just couldn't They just couldn't put that hand out or
Yeah.
knock it loose.
Well, and we're going to run something fancy here. Sure, this has probably been on film, and they're not going to, they don't like what they see, and they're going to run it back and probably just line it up and kick it. Kick is up and good. And after the big pass play, Maize ties the game up 7-7. And those are the kind of plays when we talk about those third downs even, about you don't want to keep toiling with this team because they can do just that on you.
And that's what they did. They kept playing around with them, and you see what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, 7-7 game, 8-11 left in the second quarter. And I think if you're South, I mean, you're probably going to have to try some other new things. I just don't think lining up like you normally do in the previous 5 games is going to help you against a team like Maize.
You definitely are going to have to pull out some tricks just like they did.
Yeah. Hunter Clark going to be kicking this off.
Deep kick.
And we're going to get a flag. Somebody looked like probably crossed the line early.
So back them up? Or is that a time?
Looks like
No, it's a
I would
flag.
assume probably about five yards, I would assume.
Yeah, back them up.
Somebody got a little anxious.
So far, the Cougars scored in the first quarter. The Maize Eagles scored in the second quarter. At least one time.
Yeah, at least one time. Yeah, asterisk so far.
Yeah.
Still plenty of time left to go. And we're going to try a second time. This one is away. No penalties. Feeling about the 16-17. Kai Calvert on the left side. And, you know, when you get about 5 guys or 4 guys wrapping you up in white, and not much else going after that.
My coach always told me you don't run lateral, though.
Yeah, very true.
And he just kept going sideways instead of going
You got to go north and south,
That's
not
right.
east-west. Got the ball to about the 23. We'll see what the South offense comes out here. They have Ty Garrett down to the close side of the field by himself. And it's going to be a handoff. Quill waving through traffic. Gets some holes. Picks up about
first down.
14 on that play. Good open running lane there. They're going to run option left side with Galloway. Pitch low to Quill, but did he fumble that? Did it look like?
He held on to
Okay.
it. But it was an extremely low pitch. I don't know how he was expected to go anywhere.
For sure.
And he lost a few yards, it looks like.
Yeah. Maybe 2, what they're officially ruling on the scoreboard. Looks like if it's not 2, it's a long 2. See what South dials up here on second down. Not sure you absolutely have to go to the pass here. But, and I think we have some miscommunication there. And that's going to be the flag.
Yeah.
You just see it for intentional grounding. Not sure if he got the ball back to the line of scrimmage. Immediately, Taryn Galloway got the snap and immediately turned to the right to look for a quick pass. But both of receivers went down the field. And Galloway was just kind of left there all by himself. And that is going to be intentional grounding. They're going to back him up and a loss of down. I will say the bright spot of that play was the kind of leap. Pretty good leap there, though, by Taryn Galloway, and that was the entertaining part of the play, but I think a lot of that either was miscommunication on where Galloway was needing to go with that, or his receivers.
Well, his receivers were downfield.
Yeah.
He could have just heaved it a little further.
Yeah, and you don't make that quick hop to the flat of the field when your receivers are going down the field. And they're going to run it on third down with Quill. Here comes another flag on the backside. We might have a hold here.
Yep.
And it was already 3rd and 27. At that point, do you just decline it if you're Maize, or you just keep backing them up?
I back them up.
Yeah.
I back them up. The further they get backed up, the...
Sure.
Oh, no, they declined it.
Yeah, they are going to decline it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with, might as well just keep backing them up. Let them keep beating themselves. I mean, they had the ball originally there on the 38, like 36, 37, and they just kept going back and back and back. I mean, even if that holds 10 yards from the spot of the foul, I mean, you were looking like you got him on the 12. Pretty good punt there by Jaden Miller. Fielded by number 8. Of Maize, not able to corral him, out of bounds, and there comes a late hit flag. 2 of them down. Good return there by Jurgensen, and they're going to get more yards out of this.
Personal foul. Wow.
Well, they might cut out there at the end, but they're going to get another 15 free yards after that. Which I'm not sure that's what you want to do against a 5-0 team.
No. Well, you're setting yourself up for disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, you've hung in there this long without doing those kind of things.
Yeah.
You need to continue that way.
I think South is still hanging in there. Obviously, still a tie game, but they're on the verge of letting any bit of control go away.
Whoa!
We're going to have a false start, number 57 for Maize. Elijah Owings getting a little too antsy out there.
So they got 5 of the 15
exactly,
back.
Yep. You just do that 2 more times, and you're good.
In.
Yeah. 1st and 15. Now Grill with handoff, going to give it to his running back. Cuts it back middle of the field, ball on the floor, and it looks like it's
the Cougars have it.
South football. The roller coaster ride continues. Just when you think things are getting ready to go one way, they go the opposite.
Wow. And that's what you need, a key takeaway.
Yeah. And if anything, just kind of helps you get out into that little rut that you were just in from 3rd and 27. Kind of gets you back to where you were in our new 1st and 10.
Like I said, if the Salina South Cougars could manage to win this, it could take their team to a whole nother level.
Sure, and Maize has just been making just enough mistakes and the South's able to capitalize on it. Haven't capitalized on all of them. And we're going to have a double pass.
He goes
But
nowhere.
no one picks up, looks like number 30 for Maize. No one picks him up. And Quill couldn't have been a blocker on that play because he was the one who needed to pitch the ball back to Galloway. So, yeah, you do have some trick plays that they work and they're fantastic, but when they don't, they really blow up in your face.
Well, you got second and what, 20?
18 now.
Oh, it's really close to 20.
Yeah. And they're bringing pressure, going to run it with Quill.
He doesn't get.
And he's really just kind of seen him running for his life right there. Really did kind of just go right and then left. Didn't really go forward much. And I think he might have lost about a half yard. Didn't really see the yard marker move much, but moved it back just a bit.
Yeah.
So you come out with the turnover. 1st and 10. Now you're at 3rd and 18. I think you got to go to Ty Garrett here, and of course that's Galloway's favorite number, but I think you're going to have to maybe roll it out, but gets by some pressure, throwing to Ty Garrett.
The flag
over
on
his
the
head.
play
Yeah,
anyway.
flag there. Looks like pretty good area for a hold.
Hold.
And we do have a hold. We'll see if they decline it again. And I think they're going to waive in for decline. I don't think they're going to take it 4th and 18.
A smart move, I guess, the way that the last one played out.
Yeah,
You could actually go this one.
sure. But I in normal games, I would say, yeah, you decline that. But when you have that size difference between Maize and South, high
Whoa.
snap, good job by Jaden
Oh.
Miller. A little bit of contact on the punter, but nothing thrown. There was contact, but very incidental after the kick was away. Ball is out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 50, but still not a terrible punt considering they were on the 19-yard line.
Yeah. Midfield, huh?
Yeah. 4:48 left to go in the second quarter.
And you definitely need to hold them now. At least go in tied at halftime.
Sure. But for a team like Maize, 4:48 can feel like a week.
Yeah.
Throwing
That's a man.
over the middle, got Jordan Helm. And that's just really good pocket protection there. Caleb Grill had plenty of open sight lines and good protection there.
Oh, yeah.
No one was contesting that at all. Mays kind of hurrying up.
Oh, ball's
They
on the
put the
ground.
ball on the
And
ground
the Cougars
again.
have it.
My
Wow.
goodness.
Now, you've got to capitalize on these
The
turnovers.
trouble with the exchange, and Mays is giving you so many chances. They're almost begging you to capitalize on it.
Well, you cannot afford not to capitalize on two key turnovers.
Yeah. That's back-to-back drives
And you're
For
playing
Mays.
a 5-0 team. There's
with turnovers.
no
Yeah.
way turnovers is what win games.
Galloway first down, handoff Quill, way too much pressure. I don't know if you can make a textbook defensive line play any better than what you just saw.
Well, they're pushing them back.
The entire offensive line for South just got whooped. Quill got the ball and literally had nowhere to go. his linemen were basically backing up with him. Loss of about 4 or 5.
Oh, and he's coming around there hard.
Good block by Quill.
Oh, good catch.
Good throw off balance. And good catch there by Charlie Baird.
That was a good catch.
Picking up about maybe 7 or so, getting into about 3rd and 7. Those are the kind of plays that seem dangerous again, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah, and it was, I mean, makes his 3rd down a little more manageable.
2 receivers each side. A little jumpy there. Galloway, good protection. Throwing a little high. I think Coach Sellers for Salina South looking for a hold there on the backside arm. Looked like the receiver was only able to get one hand on the ball. Might have had that other hand being held. But regardless, didn't get the call. Going to bring up 4th down and yet another punt for Jaden Miller.
After you've gotten a turnover.
And 2nd time now specifically.
Yeah.
Two in a row. Can't pick up the stick. Really
way
high
over
snap.
his head.
Jaden Miller picks it up. Tries to run a little bit.
Now you make a key turnover. And when I say a turnover, when you throw it over the punter's head, that is just like a turnover.
Yeah. Almost worse than a turnover at some point. You're basically just throwing the ball.
Well, I guess
You're wrong side.
The only thing could have been more worse is it went out the back of the end zone.
Yeah. Jaden Miller picks it up, runs with it for a little bit. I think Coach Sellers might have just been yelling at Jaden Miller just to get on it. But still picks it up and gets at least something back. But Maize in pretty good position here on the Salina South 25-yard line. And I'd maybe see what they can get. And, yeah, they're going to get almost a 1st down. Going to pick up at least 9 there. And we saw a little bit of a shades on the other drive where the snap to Jaden Miller was very high. This time, way over his head. Handoff, good job. 45, Jaden Miller. And he is not going to pick up the 1st down, so a good stop there. Going to be up 3rd and 1. 2:48 left, still plenty of time. Maize still with 2 timeouts. And that's going to be a pullback and pass into the end zone.
He's wide open.
Again, that's just precision throwing and great positioning by the Maize wide receivers. Preven Christian on the touchdown reception there.
And that's over Johnson, who was a starter last year, I believe.
Yeah, I think we've called his name a few times this year even. And Maize coming out in a little fancy formation, going to then bring it back and line it up for the extra point. Kick up and good. 14 unanswered by the Eagles. And they take a 7-point lead over the Cougars. Again, you give them too many chances. That's kind of the story so far.
Yeah. And you know they like to go up top. They've scored both of those by what? Well, no, both of them were by
through the air.
Through the air. Yeah.
And kind of in the corner of the end zone as well.
Yeah.
Kind of getting that isolation one-on-one with the cornerback.
Yeah, exactly. So they're basically saying, you can't cover me.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, I mean, South, could be driving the ball down the field right now, even with those turnovers. But instead, they give it right back. Granted, not necessarily with turnovers themselves. And granted, the punt over the head was definitely considered a turnover. But you already had him stopped. They already had him stopped on 4th down there. Kick from Hunter Clark. A little bit of a skyrocket kick, about the 20. Fielded by Sal. That was one of his return men behind him.
I think he ran into his own
Kind of
man.
ran into him. I think that was Ty Garrett running into Luke Strite there. Kind of gave him a little bit of a bump. South with good field position. Got it on the 30, but again, field position doesn't do much for you when you're not able to move the ball.
That is very true. Now, the best thing that could happen to the Cougars is they could come out and score.
It's going to be a counter play to Quill. Got some more running room. Crosses the 45 down at the 46. Been a couple times they've ran that. It's been a pretty good success for them.
They have.
They kind of send motion going left and then run it back to the right. South kind of running hurry up here. And they're going to go Quill right side. Got another good opening.
Wow.
Picks up 6 right
So are
at
they
2
gonna just
minutes.
push the ball up the field with the running play?
You might as well. You got 3 timeouts. And they're still hurrying up, getting to the line. Back to Quill.
They're going again.
And is tackled from the backside. Good job, Kyle Haas. Gonna
Right now is
drop him.
the time where the gates would be open to pass.
Yeah.
Because you put it in there like he's running it and then pull it back out and throw that pass.
Yeah.
Well, Quill's out of the game, so they're.
I'd probably be
that part
tired
of it
too,
intact.
going hurry up in 3 straight runs. 3rd and 4. Gonna be a fake. Galloway with the
Quarterback keep
keeper.
And he has the first down.
Putting his head down. Gotta love the effort there. First down pickup. Clock stopped momentarily at 1:13. Galloway looking right side, low pass, incomplete to David Ollenberger. Clock stops at 1:06. You did just have a first down throw there that didn't connect. Wonder if you do go to a play action here.
2nd and 10. How do you get it? How do you get this first down?
So far, the run's what's got you here.
They're
They're
coming.
going to
and
option
they're
right
running.
side.
He's
Going to be
wide
a keeper
open.
by
Oh,
Quill.
There's a flag. There's a couple
Yeah,
of flags.
it was a keeper by Galloway.
You know what that means.
It's obviously coming back, but I mean, that play started out as an option, but Galloway had so much room in front of him. He had no reason to pitch that. And more than likely, both officials saw the same hold. Might be
15 yards from there is a killer.
Yeah. Kind of probably is a reason why Galloway had literally nobody in front of him on an option play.
Yeah.
Usually you get like a read player that you got to read to say, hey, am I going to make this pitch or not? But there was literally
nobody there.
There was no one there.
And you already knew the answer. Keep running.
Yeah. 2nd and 19 now. 51 seconds. Clock still going.
Whoa,
They're going to run that option left side. Pitches to Cox, I believe. Yeah, Brant Cox, the freshman we've seen from time to time.
looks like he might have got.
got pretty good yards, but still doesn't get to the original line of scrimmage.
No.
But going to bring up third down, about 12. 41 seconds left. I mean, you're at this point, do you just run the ball and get the clock going, maybe force them to use a timeout, and then maybe punt it away? Because 2 timeouts, 41 seconds for a team like this.
I don't know. Here comes my trick play right now.
Yeah. Galloway going to be in the pocket. Pretty good protection. Throws over right side, but going to be dropped. A little good extra effort getting another yard. I'd say it's a good job staying in bounds there. Caleb Copeland.
So what do you
on the
do,
reception.
dude? Don't you run your offense again? How do you punt?
Man, I don't know. You got fourth down. They're not. Maize is not stopping the clock. So really putting Salina South in a predicament. I'd maybe call timeout with maybe about 10 seconds. But they're gonna run this down. I think South might just try one more play. I'm gonna call timeout. Probably about 2 seconds left officially.
I'd try one more.
Yeah.
But you know what you're going for, the gusto.
Yeah. And of course, I'm sure some fans having a little bit of point of contention. Salina South with 3 timeouts had about 20-some seconds. Could have gotten some extra yards. Obviously, you know, you go for it on fourth, you don't get it. That obviously gives Maize 2 timeouts in about 20 seconds.
I would have probably stopped it at 5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, or then, yeah, I mean, I almost wonder that'd be cutting it too close. You know, if you don't make it, you know, so what? There's not much time left. But if you do make it, that gives you another play.
Right. Right now, the way it is, it's the gusto or no. You either take it to the house or you are going in for halftime.
Right, and Salina South with some different personnel and going to try a field goal here. I did not know if they'd be in that kind of range. We haven't seen Rincon that often, but going to try a pretty deep field goal here. Maize does have a player back on the goal line to return this, and he's going to have a shot, I think. No, never mind.
Oh,
Thought
sure.
he'd go back into the end zone for that, but did not. A decent kick, but definitely not enough leg over it. And that's going to bring us to halftime. The Maize Eagles 14, Salina South Cougars 7. And we'll be back with some halftime thoughts after this break.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazin' Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hello and welcome to the Salina Media Connection halftime show. Our ball game, Salina South Cougars versus the Maize Eagles, currently sitting at 14-7 Maize. Salina South with a pretty explosive start with a double pass to start the game, gets the touchdown, but after that, their offense not much doing anything.
No, you know, a trick play. Trick play and the opening of the game was a great thing to do, especially when you're 0-5.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about earlier in the broadcast, you know, you're having this game where it's being played 2 hours early. You got a 5-0 team. What's your best shot? Going to be able to pull out a win. I think that's definitely what you're going to see. And Salina South did go for another kind of double pass there in the second quarter, but kind of really came back to haunt them as they lost kind of multiple yards for sure. South's offense ever since then just backing up and continuing to back up for the most part.
Well, I would say we got a couple of highlights with Quill with the run. They've gained some yards in the run. It doesn't seem like they could get their passing game really going.
Yeah, and the thing we've also talked about, turnovers, chances that Maize is giving Salina South, but Salina South not really able to capitalize on any of them.
Yeah, and it seems as though Maize may have came in here overlooking the Salina South Cougars, but they still are on the board by 7. So
yeah, it's still only a 7-point game. South kind of tried to make a run, tried to get at least 4 points with a field goal there at the end of the half, but still a pretty manageable game for Salina South. It's still a ball game, and it's not, you know, an over game by any stretch.
No, this game is not over by a long shot. The lady hasn't even entered the stadium.
Yeah, and with the storm coming, I'm not sure when she'll be coming in. We'll try to update you on that. But that's our halftime show, and we'll be back with second half action. Please join us. We'll see you then.
Welcome to the 2018 Salina South Homecoming festivities. We proudly introduce the groups and individuals participating in tonight's coronation ceremony. They are the Salina South cheerleaders and peppers, along with student council members Katie Rivera, Abigail Miller, Haley Lovett, and Devin Young. Also, please welcome back last year's homecoming queen, Johanna De La Torre. On behalf of the Salina High School South Student Council, we wish to welcome all students, parents, faculty, administrators, alumni, and other guests. And we want to thank the many students, faculty, staff, and parents for their hard work and support during this special homecoming week. Tonight, it is our pleasure to introduce to you the 5 homecoming queen candidates who have been selected for this honor by their classmates. This week, in secret ballot, one of the 5 has been chosen as reigning queen for 2018 and 19. Larissa Garcia is the daughter of Jesus and Yvonne Garcia. During her time at Salina South High, she has been involved in cheerleading for 4 years, orchestra for 2 years, and Laker. In the community, she was volunteered at Salina Regional Health Center, the Red Cross, and Sacred Heart Cathedral. Outside of school, she is a server at Red Lobster and likes spending time with her family and friends. Next year, Larissa plans on attending Wichita State University, a major in secondary education to be a history teacher, and plans to try out for the cheerleading team. She is escorted tonight by Paul Perez, Chad Perez, and Sabrina Avery.
Maddie Husband is the daughter of Roy and Fred Husband. Maddie has been involved in volleyball for 2 years, cross country for 2 years, and basketball managing for 3. She's been on the honor roll and has kept a 4.0 for the past 3 years. Outside of school, Maddie spends her time working as a CNA and Presbyterian manager. In the community, she has participated in Relay for Life for 3 years. Next fall, Maddie plans to attend Fort Hays State University with a major in history. Tonight, she's escorted by Lou Strait, Clement Jill, and Perry Strait.
Kaylee Martinez is the daughter of Jesse and Joey Martinez. Over the years of her high school career, she has been involved in volleyball, softball, golf, and as a member of Coast Guard. Outside of school, she enjoys spending quality time with friends and family. Her future plans include studying occupational therapy at a school that has yet to be determined. Her escort tonight is Kyle Quill, son of Keith and Andrea Quill. Quality time with their family and friends. Ariel plans on attending Wichita State University next fall for major in nursing. Her escort tonight is Carter Griswold, son of Scott and Dave. Amy Trevor is the daughter of Brian and Melanie Hedgepeth and John Trevor. While attending South High, Camden has been involved in basketball for 4 years. She also has participated in track and volleyball for 3 years. Camden is an active member in the National Honor Society program. Her future plans include attending Kansas State University to major in human development and animal sciences to eventually become a family therapist. Her escort tonight is Keaton Wilson, son of Danny and Maureen Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, students, alumni, and special guests, the 2018 South High Homecoming Queen is Araceli Guerrero.
to the second half. Salina South versus Maize. We've got 14-7 ball game.
14-7.
14-7.
Wow.
It doesn't really seem like that's the score.
No, some people say it may have been the early start that has shocked Maize. I have no belief in that. I think that theory is false.
Yeah.
I think the real theory is that the Maize 5-0 Eagles came in thinking they had an easy game, and so far Salina South has pulled out a little bit tougher than they was expecting.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's mostly it. I mean, we talk about basically the mistakes of Maize. Maybe not necessarily. I mean, South obviously with some good bright spots, but a lot of more mistakes by Maize, I think some would say, rather than the execution of Salina South.
And we will see.
Rincon with a little kind of squib kick over the middle. And Maize was something you don't see a whole lot of.
No, that was pretty good, though.
Was fielded about the 25, and they had both return men either go to the left side or right. And he chooses to the right side, but it's not much there.
I'm not so sure you wouldn't take the wide side of the field, though.
Yeah. So gets it to the 25. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for Maize in their first drive of the second half. Handoff inside, the running back, pretty good hole. First contact not made until 9 yards deep. Kai Calvert there with the stop for Salina South. It's 2nd and 1. Do you take a shot here down the field?
Well, I think that right now would be a better time than any other. And
Now they're going to pull it, but they're going to
he
throw it
takes
over the
a
middle.
shot. He just didn't take it all the way down the field.
Yeah.
And there was no better time than that because now you got 3rd and 1, which is an easy run play.
Again, Grill just not setting his feet when he throws, throwing a lot of off balance. We see the really accurate throws Grill made to the corner of the end zone. It's kind of inside the red zone. He's got his feet set, but here, always on the run, not setting the feet and throwing.
I think he's up top
accuracy.
when he's doing that. He's going up top, and these are having to be precise, and
Sure.
that's where he's not so straight run play. We know
And the
they
ball
got
comes out. When
back
Maize
on.
gets back on it. But they stood up the running back. The ball came out there for a second. I was wondering if they were going to blow the whistle of like forward progress being stopped. But, man, you could have had another opportunity given to you if you were Salina South.
The Cougars have got to do something with it the next turnover they get, though.
Yeah,
They cannot continuously get turnovers and do nothing with them.
yeah. And Grill
Quick
left
pass,
side.
and he's hit quick.
Good throw, good catch, good tackle there by Colby Belay, and the wide receiver took a
Still
shot.
feeling it.
Kind of looked like he got it right on the ribs, maybe. Maize player still down with his helmet on the field. You almost kind of wonder if he got the wind knocked out of him in those kind of moments. And the injured player, KJ Hampton, is up. And is able to walk off under his own power.
But he did make the catch.
He did, and it still ends up being about a 5-yard gain. Second and 5 now for the Eagles. And it'll be handoff right side.
Oh, jumps him.
Caden Cox goes the high route.
That's a good old play.
That's a good one.
It was going to be a low hit. He just jumped over the would-be tackler
Yeah.
and continued rumbling for a first down.
That'll be on the highlight reel at the end of the season.
There it is.
Maize gets the ball to the 50 with a new set of downs. And that's going to be a handoff.
Wow, they had him in the
Again.
backfield, and he still drags them.
Some good runs so far to start the second half for Cox. And Maize so far just kind of slowly, methodically moving the ball down the field.
That is correct.
And going to be right side. Good job, number 3 for Salina South. They would have knocked the ball away.
Big third down play right now.
We've said it a few times tonight.
Especially, though, when they're moving the ball on this first series, which could set the tone.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is a big third down, but this kind of seems like 2-down territory if you're Maize. 3rd and 3 on the South 43. South corners, we're playing up. Some of the coaches waving at them to step back a little bit. They're really kind of pressing on the far side. Grill looking right side. Makes the catch. Good catch by number 13, Jordan Helm. Got a little bit of separation from the defender. Throw was low, but able to get under it.
That keeps the momentum going.
I wonder if they might take a shot here. Nope. Back to first down run.
That's what it's doing. That first down run, they're picking up about 5 yards.
Yeah, and
punch.
That's allowing that Maize offense to do a lot of different things, and they can try to take those shots down the field when you're picking up 5 yards on first down.
Well,
Maize getting the play in. Still been having plenty of time on the play clock to make plays. It's going to be another handoff.
and he's rolling.
Here comes a late flag. I think we're going to get a hold on number 73 of Maize. Some of the Maize coaches not very happy with it. I kind of end up seeing it a little bit late, but it looked like the Maize player beat the South defender, put him on his back, and then just kind of laid on him.
I didn't know that was holding.
I didn't think so either. I've never heard that was holding, but definitely some of the Maize coaches, again, did not see the full play. I just kind of saw the end where he was just laying on him. But
That's what I saw.
Some of the Maize coaches not very happy with that call. And it takes a 2nd and 5 to a 2nd and 15, and even negates a first down run.
And you know where they're going. They're going up top. So the corners better be aware.
Yeah, there's a little bit of play action. A little off
I
his
know he's
balance
going up
throw.
top. And that's pass interference the whole way.
You're going to get that.
I mean, you definitely could see that all the way.
Yeah.
Had to back up his jersey because he was beat.
Yeah.
And he very well could have saved a touchdown, so
Yeah.
sometimes that's necessary.
For sure. Again, just not a very good planted throw. Threw it on his back foot for Grill. And you can kind of see that with just how the ball was just hanging up there. Really just kind of like a rainbow throw.
I mean, I think that was a good play, defensive play based off of it. Could have been touchdown.
Yeah.
10-yard penalty or a touchdown. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Well, now they've got it 2nd and 1. So we go from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 15 to 2nd and 1. We'll see if a team decides to make up their mind here. And it's going to be handoff Cox.
And it's
easily
first
got it.
down.
And more crossing over the 20. Going to be down at the 18.
So it looks like they came out here the second half with a newfound energy.
Sure.
Like they are 5-0.
Yeah. And probably just settling down a little bit. Sun is also really kind of set on the west side, getting darker, having to turn the lights on here in the stadium.
Not so sure if the coach may have not set a fire at halftime because he's got a man.
Throw. That is what happens when you set your feet like Caleb Grill just did. Fires a rocket to about where the pylon is in the end zone for a touchdown.
And he's throwing those in over Johnson, which is one of their better corners.
Yeah. You can't make a better just on-target fired throw than that. Extra point up and good.
Wow.
And we are now at 21-7 Maize. Game still in reach for sure on the scoreboard, but a lot of things are going to have to change on all facets of the ball if Salina South's going to have a shot.
I didn't know Johnson is only a sophomore.
He may be.
I know we saw him last year playing.
I believe so. I think I remember calling that name.
Wow. Huh.
So South gonna have to make some changes here if they're gonna have a chance.
That wasn't their first series, was it?
I think that was.
It
I
was
mean,
their
that,
first.
that ball never exchanged hands. Maize taking about almost 5 minutes off the clock.
And not only that, they did a key thing there, and they went up by 14.
Yeah.
So that's 2 scores it will take just to tie the game.
And I was even thinking, we were talking about, you know, when Maize turns it over and South gets it. I mean, really, when you make the turnover and then you don't do anything with it, you're really just losing time more than anything. I mean, you're literally just drilling the time away. South with their first series of the half. Going to go back to Quill. Picks up about 2. I don't think you don't have to abandon what you want to do here. Like, they don't have to abandon the run at this point.
Not in the third quarter.
Not in the third, but yeah, you're certainly don't have an unlimited supply of chances left. Low snap to Galloway, rolling out right side. And
it's almost picked off.
Almost intercepted.
He had it in his hands.
Ball just getting kind of bobbled around everywhere.
He had it in his hands. He just couldn't hold on.
And these are getting to be the nightmare scenarios
That is not
for
good.
Salina South. Going to bring up 3rd and 8. Galloway looking right side. Gets it to 15. Gonna take a big hit after that, though. Allenberger with the reception. Man, we'll have to see where they mark it. I think they're gonna measure. I think they're gonna measure. So far, the initial call is short.
It's really close.
Good effort there by Allenberg. Catch that turn up field. And they're going to have to bring the chains all the way across the field. And so far, I think we're going to have it short. No reaction from the south sideline.
Nose of a football. Do you punt it or do you keep it rolling?
I mean, obviously the safe thing is to say punt it, but if you're going to give it back to Maize, maybe on their own 30, 25-yard line, they run another 4 minutes off the clock, you're almost at the fourth quarter. And if they score on that drive, too, you're down 21.
If you don't make this, though, you give them excellent field position.
The only thing I say to this, when people kind of question this, is eventually you got to line up and you got to win the game. And stoppage of play, and we're actually going to have the play clock reset. And we see number 45 in there for Salina South. We have Jaden Miller. He was the personnel that scored the touchdown. And they didn't call anything about getting him off sides. 10 seconds on the play clock. And they're not going to move, and I'm wondering if South's just going to if South's just going to call timeout. And they're actually just going to take the delay of game, it looks like.
Wow.
Doesn't seem
I'm
like.
not so sure they didn't have them jump. They just didn't make contact.
Yeah, that's what I think. They look like they jumped. Obviously, we didn't have a great look at it being up here, but there were multiple Maize players that jumped, but didn't look like they had a huge offside jump that would have forced a penalty right there. And Maize with only 10 players out on the field right now. 11th coming back on now. And that's going to be a penalty on Maize. Doesn't really matter what happens with this return here. He might have had a block in the back there. But not calling a timeout. This might put Salina South back into a 4th and inches situation. 11th play. Well, I mean, depending on whatever this penalty is back there, this could be offsetting if it's on Salina South. But more than likely, that penalty back at the 35 is going to be a block in the back. So probably decline that one and accept the 5-yard penalty. Unless it depends on if Coach Sellers is just content of taking the yardage from the spot of the foul. We'll see the calls. And there isn't going to be a call on the personnel running on late. And yeah, I didn't think that, if he runs on late, that's fine. It's just that I think maybe they thought he was in front of the line of scrimmage for an offsides, because he was running onto the field. Looked like he was on the field after the ball was snapped. So he was fine to be there, I would suppose, as long as he wasn't across the line of scrimmage. Yeah, and so it seemed like it was a fine play. So yeah, they must have picked up that flag. But with the block in the back penalty,
now Salina South has got him deep.
He does, yeah. On the
defense
24.
has got a hold.
You think about with teams with Maize, it just gives them more time to make yards and run time off the clock. It's going to be a play action down the field.
He's got him wide open. Wow.
Just overthrows his receiver, Jordan Helm, just a few yards out in front of him.
Wow.
Helm kind of had to adjust. Helm was kind of running down the hash lines.
I hate to say this, though. If he throws it a little bit shorter, it's touchdown.
Yeah.
He also had the other side, too.
He could have underthrown that ball even a little bit and still probably would have been fine. They had that much separation. And there was the shot we've talked about here and there, but it's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Expect them to go to the run. That they do. Some of the Salina South fans wanting a hold, not getting it, but
he goes nowhere.
Going to maybe pick up 6 inches, but good job tracking that down by the South defense.
I'd say he just is at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
But if I was the defensive backs, I would be playing pretty tight.
Let's bring up 3rd down. That 2nd down play, very important. Passing situation has him in the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. Looks like about the first time of the night Salina South's gotten pressure on Caleb Grill, this time able to get him down. Kind of had about a corner blitz. Had number 3 coming off the edge there. And as you mentioned, Salina South gets that stop they needed.
They did get that stop.
And you don't see that a ton often where your starting quarterback's also your starting punter. And we got flags.
They might have got him offsides.
Oh, we got a false start.
Procedure.
Backing him up a little bit more. I did not see who it was that moved, per se.
But at this point, backing up 5 yards doesn't make all of that much difference.
It doesn't, but, I guess if I have to play devil's advocate, it does get your punter with his feet in his own end zone.
He can't have the ball go over his head.
Yeah, exactly. And that's going to be a low snap. Gets it on a hop, able to get it away. And I don't have a spray can, but if I did, I would have wrote disaster all over that.
It was like, could have been very
Gets the ball on a bounce. Kai Calvert does not flee, and then when he kind of decides to, some Maize players are kind of boxing him in, getting that. I was surprised that didn't hit him.
That would have been total disaster.
Yeah. South takes over. Pretty good field position on their own 48. These are the moments you got to make some plays. Handoff Quill, left side. Good couple blocks out in front of him. Getting a little bit on a second effort. Picks up about 7 on first down.
And that's a good first down run. That leaves your offense open to all kinds of things. The run, the pass, whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah. Even if you get nothing here, it still brings up a 3rd and 3. It's manageable.
Right, so what does that mean? That means that you can go up top and it won't hurt you.
Yeah. Haven't heard Ty Garrett's name very much.
There's
tonight.
You say it, guess who got the ball?
Yeah.
And has the first down.
It's almost like I planned this out, you know?
Yeah.
It's almost like I got my Back to the Future almanac that I took from, the future.
Yeah, as you say.
Yeah. They've targeted Ty Garrett a couple times, but the times they've targeted him, Taron Galloway not really putting the ball where he can even make an attempt for it. And these are a lot of the games where he really steps up big. Yeah, it's going to be handoff Quill. Another good set of blocks from the offensive line
And on first down, to get at least 5 yards on the carry opens up all kinds of ways and all kinds of things you can do.
I'd really be interested to see how many yards on offense, at least on the running game, that Salina South's gotten tonight. When you think of a team like Maize, who hadn't given up any score, field goal or touchdown all year, you got to think they're probably really, really good at stopping the run. And it's going to be keeper from Galloway. Going to fall forward for about another 3. 3rd and 2 now. .220 left in the third. Pretty quick-moving game so far.
Normally, we would be just about to get started.
Yeah. Quill, handoff
Nowhere.
left side, nothing there. Backside players getting into it, and then also got beat in front of him as well.
2 down territory.
Yeah, I think so.
They just lost yardage.
They lost a couple there. 3rd and 2 makes it now 4th and 4. Charlie Baird coming out on the field.
Pass play?
I think so. When you got kind of some of those littler personnel coming in, I think you'd expect that.
They like to just cut right in front of the first down marker and a little quick pass.
Ty
Let's
Garrett.
see what he does.
Ty Garrett, the middle receiver
It's
here.
on the
Low
ground.
snap.
He rolls out.
He's looking for him. Gonna be tipped, almost intercepted. But, at that point, you just might as well just not intercept it.
Right. You do, you lose yardage.
Yeah. Salina South turns it over, giving the ball back to the Eagles.
I don't think that's a good thing.
Usually not.
Especially the way that offense has been running.
Sure. Salina South with some good yardage, I would say. Probably some of their best they've had, if you negate that first drive of the game.
Right.
Handoff.
Wow.
Fox left side. We're going to get a flag for a hold. Here comes another one in at the end.
Might have been a face mask.
Maybe. The ball carrier, Caden Cox, now currently down. Did that face mask appear to be on Salina South? And if you have that face mask, even if it is on South, and you have a hold on Maize,
Offsetting
you're gonna have
penalty.
offset.
Replay the down.
Yep.
They're discussing it.
Yep. They call personal foul with helmet contact there. And usually you kind of think a play like that is when a player goes really high into a guy and kind of just goes helmet to helmet with them. I wonder if that's kind of the targeting rule, let's say, of high school. And we're going to start this all over again. 1st and 10.
Fakes it, quarterback keeper.
Had blockers out in front of him. They look some of the blockers look kind of lost, like there was nobody out there. Like, who do we go block?
The quarterback didn't look like he was a runner neither.
He didn't, yeah.
He kind of just stopped and said, forget it.
I noticed that earlier, one of the plays where Maize turned it over, he had the exchange between the quarterback and running back where 2 South players went diving for it, and Grill kind of looked like he was going to, and was like, I'm not getting into that. Might be the last play of the quarter, 15 seconds left, clock running.
Wow, this 3rd quarter has went quick.
Yeah.
He's going up top with a man open.
Underthrows.
And it's gone. Oh,
incomplete.
Out of bounds.
Out. He looked like he did pretty good with footwork there, but
wow,
not much contesting.
It looks like he's down on the field so he can see it better, but boy, that looked like a catch to me.
It looked pretty good. Again, a little bit of an underthrow. Of course, if he didn't underthrow it, where he threw it is going to take him right out of bounds, but even with that, still took him out. That actually leaves now 6 seconds left in the 3rd.
What that tells me, you better watch for that same long ball again.
Sure. And this 3rd down here, some of the South defenders playing up on their receivers. And another throw over the head of Previn Christian. We called his name a couple times. And
he doesn't throw it high.
Yeah.
We could have a catch and a first down.
Yeah. Well, that's going to bring up 4th down.
They're like, doesn't matter.
Yeah. I could see them.
We're roughly 2 scores ahead, and our defense can hold them. I think it's their thought process.
A couple South personnel switching. Look like they're going to do kind of a pooch kick, and they do. Kai Calvert back there, but going to watch.
Wow, that
bounce.
ball rolls down.
Yeah, going to bounce it about, what does that seem like, the 12?
12.
Really good kick there.
Yes.
They get it on the 12-yard line of the north side of the field, but South is actually going to start on the south end of the field, as that is the end of the 3rd quarter. We got 21-7 Eagles over the Cougars. 12 minutes to play. We'll be back after this.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazing Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
And welcome back to quarter number 4 from Salina Stadium. 21-7 Eagles. Salina South with another good stand on defense. Allows their offense to get the ball back, but South back in their own territory. And that's going to be a quarterback here by Galloway. Squirting through a couple tackles, getting about 3. And you can do that on some first downs, but down 14 4th quarter, you can't be doing that too much. You can maybe do one here or there, and maybe that was just a play to hopefully get yourself some breathing room.
In reality, you got to go up top.
Yeah.
I think number 14's number should be called.
Yeah, and I think the problem that Cougars get into is when they go to 14, quarterback kind of locks onto him, doesn't really want to go anywhere else with it. Going to be handoff. Quill kind of runs into a couple blockers.
They're saying they got the ball.
And I think that's what we're going to get. Salina South with the turnover. Maize recovers in the red zone.
Not to gossip, but I thought we called for a pass play.
Maybe we, maybe we did. That's the one victory. I'm going to mark that down. There was the one time.
It's rare for the both of us.
Exactly.
So I just thought I'd throw that out
in
there.
3 years when we were still doing this, and you're like, yeah, but you know what? Remember week 6 of 2018? We were right about that one play.
There you go.
And it's going to be a handoff. Cox stretching it out. Good hit, initial hit by Kai Calvert on the right side. And that's a long way to run for 1 yard. I would expect to see a good amount of Cox, but again, he's coming off the field currently, maybe a little slow to get up. And if I'm Maize, I'm run some clock and put the ball in the end zone. And they're going into the corner again.
Oh, good one. That was a good defensive play by Mr. Johnson.
A.J. Johnson's gotten burned a couple times, but that's almost textbook coverage right there.
Now he showed why he's a cornerback on that play there.
Good positioning, able to kind of seclude himself, get himself in good position on the receiver, and able just to go up there and swat that ball away.
They may very well go to him again, though.
Yeah, it's third down. These
Number
are the moments.
13 is their man.
And this is the downs where Grill really sets his feet and throws it up for his players. It's worked on the previous touchdowns. You see it right here. Sets his feet over the middle.
Number 13.
First down.
Touchdown.
And no need to reset the chains.
I could have kind of told you. I think I just said that number 13.
I don't know if I heard you. I don't know if I heard you say that. Did you say that?
We might get instant replay.
Did you say that? I don't know. I'll have to, we'll have to watch this after the fact, see if you called it. But yeah, again, 13 being the guy that a lot of people go to. Jordan Helm, I don't believe that is his only touchdown reception of the night.
No. Good.
The defense makes a good stand, gets the ball back into Salina South's offensive hands. They put it on the turf, and, I mean, when your defense stops them like that and then you put them 1st and 10 on South's 15-yard line, I mean, you can't ask too much more of your defense there. That's just putting them in a really bad position.
But there was some highlights in that last defense. I mean, the one where they threw to the corner, Johnson knocked it away. Those are some good points that you can look in on.
Sure.
But when you let a man cut across the middle and score a touchdown, that's not what you look at.
And even kind of depending on, like, how many coverage men Salina South dropped on that play.
Right.
Hunter Clark back out to kick this. Eagles now up 28-7. And going to be fielded about the 17. And he falls down. You fall down, you get up, and then you get put right back on the turf.
Yeah.
By Carson Wheeler.
Now, you have got to go up top now. I mean, with the time left and the score, down by 21, 10-11 left in the game, I'm not sure you can do very much running.
Yeah, I don't think so. Unless you think you're going to be able to, you can at least get something on the ground where you feel like you can't get anything through the air. And it's going to be a low snap. Galloway in the pocket really high up, and there.
That's where they need.
But that's going to be called incomplete. looked like he had it and kind of decided to turn upfield.
You can see it in his body movement.
Yeah.
That he was kind of discouraged in himself.
Yeah, again, he couldn't necessarily see where he had the ball at, but I mean, he looked like he had it long enough to maybe have possession of it. But it's ruled incomplete. But if you're Salina South, those are the plays you got to go to.
Yeah.
Another little low snap. Galloway rolling out. Throwing to Ty Garrett again.
Over his head.
This time over his head, but a late flag coming in after the ball had already kind of hit the turf at the end. Late flag coming where the line of scrimmage was. We'll see what the call is. Some of the Maize players saying it's on Salina South, and obviously the referee is looking for
holding.
Yeah, we're going to get a hold.
Wow. Self-destruction.
I mean, what do you take second and 20 or you take third and 10? You know, it's like, at least on second down, I mean, you're already going to the air, going for big chunks of yardage. You might as well get another down to have a shot at it. But obviously going to be 4-down territory. I mean, you might, if you end up having to punt from this far back, you might not go for it on fourth. Galloway with a keeper. Good blocks out in front of him.
Gets it back close to the original line.
Yeah, so regardless, it was going to be 3rd and 10.
Might have came up just a little bit short of the original line. So you're back to the same thing.
Yep. 9:30 left in the fourth. South going to have to make some moves if they're going to have a shot. South's defense been looking better recently, being able to hold Maize. Could get the ball back, but they got to score fast here. Another low snap. Galloway with a free runner at him, and
they clobbering.
At those points, you just got to go down. So you have it 2nd and 10. You get a hold that backs you up to 2nd and 20. Then you get 10 yards on a quarterback keeper to make it 3rd and 10. And then you get sacked for a loss of 10 to now make it 4th and 10. Excuse me, 4th and 20. All these numbers.
And what do you do?
Too much. I think when you're this far back, you've got to punt it. I mean,
you got nothing to lose. Why not fake it?
Yeah.
I'm just.
Well.
Oh.
And we're going to get a flag.
We got a flag.
It's still probably going to be 4th down.
It will be.
But that might give you more of a chance to want to go for it. And I think the referee does not know a number on that. That's an automatic 1st down. Sometimes I feel like I've heard that call called different ways. Sometimes I've heard a roughing the kicker, but obviously, you know, it's going to be 15 yards, but they're calling an automatic 1st down. Obviously, the 15 yards not able to get a 1st down, but automatic 1st down puts the Cougar offense back on the field. This time with the ball at the 29. Yeah, we're going to probably have an option play. Pitches to Quill.
He goes nowhere.
And I almost wonder if Galloway would have been better just keeping that and trying to get upfield. Right?
Well, I hate to say this, but I would have threw it up top to 14. He had his man beat.
Yeah, and it looked like him kind of walking back to the side. You have 27 for Maize versus 14 for Ty Garrett. You've got a size difference there.
There's definitely a size difference.
You've got a 6'3" Ty Garrett versus a 5'11" Andrew Hanlon on that play. And you've got it again here at the bottom of your screen.
But there's a defensive
And they're
safety,
bringing pressure.
and
They're
gone.
throwing up to Garrett.
Oh, and he catches it.
Man. And you're just putting the ball up for him there. Gets it to midfield.
He went and got that one, didn't he?
Yeah, good almost like fly ball catch out there. Galloway looking right side now. He's got Charlie Baird, but you can have a small size of number 2 versus 3 Maize Eagles.
And he goes
He
down.
maybe gets 1 yard. Low snap again. Galloway in the pocket, though, gonna step up, gonna run with it. It's gonna be out of bounds. See where they mark him out. It kind of seemed to be lingering in bounds a little too long. Thought he was gonna take a real big shot, but he didn't. Gonna bring up 3rd and about 3 or 4. It's like about 3. And we are right at 7 minutes left. Galloway gonna keep it. Might have had a horse collar there, but didn't bring him down. Had a little bit of a contact there, but it wasn't the way Galloway came down. And Galloway's gonna lose a yard on that. It's gonna bring up 4th down again. So far, South, one of their best things on 4th down is to punt it and get a roughing the punter call.
That is a very true statement.
But they're going to have to go for it here, and we got a Salina South timeout. Of course, you'd prefer not to use it when the clock is, mostly all the way down at the end of the play clock, but this is a play you got to get right.
You've got to.
.6:23 left. Salina South down by 21. And I think, definitely you kind of had thoughts where it was kind of maybe around more 10 minutes left. Yeah, South was able to get a quick touchdown. They could probably kick it deep to Maize, see if that defense can make a quick 3-and-out stop. But now you're pretty much at the point that even if you score this touchdown, with even 6 or 5,
kick.
yeah, you're going to have to go for an onside kick. You can't have them run the clock. You're still down by 2 scores. That's if Salina South comes up with a touchdown here. And Salina South is gonna need touchdowns. Can't do field goals.
No. Not at all.
Well, we've seen a couple tonight. What were they drawing up here, Charles? What kind of trickery?
I'm not.
What if they go back to the original play, the first play that started all this?
Well, he rolls out and he's going to have to throw that.
He got it. Oh, my. Really just given no chance there. Not only did you not convert on that 4th down, other than losing some yards, you also lost a timeout out of that. 6:17 left in the game. May's going to take over on the 49 of Salina South. And there's Cox. Getting about a yard. You can pretty much assume the run's going to be coming here for most of the downs. 6 minutes left in the game.
Golly. They were in this game.
Yeah.
When we came back after halftime, they were fully in this game. And now they have let the Maize Eagles take full control of this game.
Yeah. And I've always kind of just, always debated if 21 points is still in it, but obviously when you're down that much with 5 minutes left, you're kind of out of this.
There they go, wide open.
Number 8 cuts it back, gets a block in front, and he's going to walk into the end zone. Pass was to Camden Jurgensen. Wide open over the middle of the field.
The defense.
Extra point coming. And it's up and good. That brings
Boy, I could see how they could use another play out of that formation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't see it a whole lot. You only see it from a college team every once in a while that runs something weird like that. I remember Oregon used to run weird stuff like that. That, it's that one thing that they probably pick out about 3 players that go, if this person's here, that person's there, this person's here. You kind of see that I think it was number 13, who's the main receiver, was the person who was originally the snapper for that, whereas usually they kind of throw it sideways as a snap, and then they run something out of it.
Or pitch it to the quarterback and have one of them drop back behind him. And
you got so many options there.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, that's going to be 35-7 Eagles. And, I mean, this is going to sound really pretty dumb, I guess. That's the best word I can use, but, Salina South's defense has given up 35 points, but it doesn't feel like they've played all that bad.
No, it doesn't. And it's a deep kick.
It's at about the 11 or 12. Ty Guerra's now back there taking some kicks. And he's going to get it to about the 25. Well, Charles, where do you think the lady's at?
What?
Is that her over there?
That very well could be her. Uh-oh, they're going back, and he's rolling out. Oh, just overthrew him by a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like that was Ollenberger out there. Just a little too out in front. Ollenberger's made some catches, though, that have been kind of hard to make. Salina South next week going to be on the road at Hutchinson.
If it's
that was my exact thought. We saw Hutch earlier this year against Central. They did not look very impressive. Talk about a team that really beat themselves. Hutch was one of them. Galloway taking a few pump fakes. I think he took about kind of 3 hops there before he threw it.
Yeah.
Incomplete there on 3rd down.
That was a time where I thought he should have went to number 14 again.
Yeah. I mean, you never want to just lock on to a receiver, but at this point,
you got no choice.
14's your best bet. Even if you throw it into double coverage,
let
throw
it
it
go
up
up
to 14, he's going to go, get that strength and power and height. Try and bring some of those down. And a free runner to Galloway. And he gets spun around and hit. Ball comes out late. They're going to say he's down. And Galloway a little slow to get up, and man, I would be too.
Yeah, they banged him a good one.
Yeah.
From both sides.
And not only may you lose 35-7 or worse, you may have lost your quarterback, depending on how kind of bad that injury is. Or, you know, maybe he's just slow from the pain. Might be fine. But a little slow walking back to the bench. Jaden Miller again with the punt. Gonna bounce it about the 47. We'll see where he officially marks it out. And they're gonna do it the 45. And to some of the chagrin of the Salina South fans here.
Well, you always lose 5 yards when you kick it out of bounds like that.
I mean, when you see the official, you know, kind of with his hand up and walk and see where it's out, kind of reminds me of that Price is Right game where they have to, like, guess the numbers, and he's, like, going up the mountain, and then he falls over. It's like, no, stop.
Yeah. I guarantee you pretty much it's always going to be at least 5 yards.
Yeah. And first down and 10 again for the Maize Eagles.
Whoa, he was stopped in the backfield. Guy got away.
A little bit of initial contact. Not sure if 25 there was expecting that. He kind of got a little knocked off balance. Salina South, as we mentioned, at Hutchinson, and then back here in Salina against Newton to finish off the regular season.
Do we have a game here next week?
That's very true. I don't believe we have a game here next week, but I believe there are actually 2 home games the week after. I can tell you more about that in a minute. And good kind of powerful running there, eventually out of bounds. So they do have Hutchinson next week on the 12th. And yeah, I do believe you're right. I do not believe there is a game next week here at Salina Stadium. But the week after, Salina South plays Newton here on the 18th, which is a Thursday. So Salina South in 2 weeks will play on Thursday, and Salina Central will play here at the stadium on Friday. I'm not sure the kind of schedule we'll have for you on the broadcast, but very interesting to see where both teams are away. You don't see that very often. And there's Cox again, left side, first down.
First down plus.
Picks up about 9 or 10 on that play.
I'm trying to tell her not to start singing. We've got a little bit of time left, but she's really winding up.
Charles is leaning out the window. I'm going to have to hold him back.
Wow.
I don't know if you want to lean out and I'll hold your legs like Return of the Jedi or something like that. But
definitely, that's how we're going to have
to go. I know, exactly.
Or she's just going to start singing.
Maybe. You might have to close this window a little bit more. She's going to be loud. Man, another handoff to Cox this time. Not much going.
That's a good stop. They must not want her to sing neither.
Yeah. Well, I would say that is a good stop on first down, but that clock just keeps ticking. 2:25 and counting left. And I think you would need more than a miracle if you're Salina South. And I think you can see that South probably just kind of conceding at this point.
Wow. Wow.
Powerful runs into the end zone. I was about to mention I wasn't sure if South would put their second stringers in just to make sure they keep them out of the end zone.
Wow.
But that's not going to matter. Maize with the touchdown run.
Most of this action came in the second half.
It did, yeah. I remember it was a 21-7, ball game at halftime. Extra point is up and good. Makes it 42-7.
Well, what's that? 21-21.
Yeah.
But it just seems as though they took all the air out of Salina South Cougars in the second half.
And you see that with a lot of different sports that, when a team, that's, whether it be the NFL or, even in baseball or whatever sport, you see teams that are kind of highly, favored to win kind of come out a little lackadaisical. It's a pretty close ball game, even going into halftime, but then the second half starts and it's, kind of a blowout at the end. And we'll try to see what Salina South does with the final 2 minutes. I would expect just a few run plays just to get this over with.
I would go up top.
Yeah, does show that hey, we're not going to stop.
And we don't give
quit.
up.
Yeah, that's very true.
Even if she is singing.
Yeah. It's going to be fielded by Brant Cox. Left side, gets some blocks. It's a good block over there. Almost to about the 50-yard line. Getting some excitement there on the south sideline.
Is that a freshman?
I believe so, number 26. Saw him a little bit in the game against Salina Central. Really kind of replaced Kyle Quill for the majority of that game. But recently we've seen more of Quill after that.
Well, we got Quill on the sidelines now, don't we?
Yeah, I think we're going to get maybe some backups in. But no, we do have Cox in. We do still have Allenberger and Ty Garrett and the quarterback Galloway still in. And they're going to run it, the Cox. Picks up about 3. And again, South not really hurrying to get anything going. 1:20 left and counting. And I'd say we might see another run to Cox. And we do. Picks up about another maybe yard and a half. 1 minute left. I would say we get a third down and maybe a fourth down.
I don't know that we'll get that.
Well, very true, yeah. Depending on how they get this play off and when they start the play clock. Yeah, pretty much regardless, pending an out of bounds or an incomplete pass, this might be the last play of the game. Well, number 26 says, I'll stop that clock, even though it may be momentarily. And if the play clock gets reset at 25, there's only 23 seconds left. And as the play clock and game clock start again, there is no need to snap it.
I would. So, I'd snap it and throw the long ball.
Yeah,
at least try to get
stop this 42 unanswered. You score within the first seconds of the game, and you're going to score in the last seconds. And they're just not even going to snap it.
No, they aren't.
And some of these South fans yelling for them to snap it. But that is not the case. We have a final Maize Eagles 42, Salina South Cougars 7. And we'll be back with post-game thoughts after this.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazin' Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Welcome to the Remax Advantage MVP Player of the Week. And this week it is Jaden Miller. Jaden, I believe you punched it in down there too?
Yeah, I think I did tonight.
So, and I saw that you were playing a little defense too tonight. Tough game, but how did you feel about it?
It was a tough game. I felt like I played pretty good. I had a couple mental breakdowns, but, I mean, I've recorrected them, and I tried to just play the best I could for my team and see if we could get a stop.
Yeah, it's always tough when you got to take that L. But the one thing good is you guys made a few good stops. You created a couple of turnovers in there. So with that, I mean, there's some positives that you guys can take with the defense.
Yeah. I think our defensive line as a unit tonight did pretty well. Again, a couple mental breakdowns. It's normal in high school football. Our D-backs, they played pretty well, had a couple mental breakdowns again. So it's 9 out of 10 plays that we do good, but it's that one play that'll get you at the end of the day.
Well, thank you, Jaden, for being the MVP player of the week.
Thank you.
And welcome back to the Salina Media Connection post-game show here with the head coach of the Salina South Cougars, Sam Sellers. Coach had a pretty big loss, I guess, let's say tonight. But let's take it back to the very first play of the game. You guys had the trick play that got it all the way down inside the 10-yard line. I want to know, how long did you guys know that was going to be the play you called on first down, the play of the game?
Probably today. Kind of before the game as we're setting stuff up and talking, and they're a super aggressive defense, and they're awfully good. That was the first touchdown they've given up all year, and we thought that maybe we can get them over pursuing, and the first play of every game, every kid out there is revved up and ready to go, and thought maybe we can catch them in a bad spot, and we did, and our kids executed.
Yeah, I think we kind of talked about on the broadcast that, kind of the 2-hour earlier start time might do that, kind of messing them up on the road, that kind of thing. Kind of want to talk a little bit about the defense. You might not agree, giving up 42 points, but I thought the defense actually played pretty well. They had some pretty big turnovers and then also had some pretty important stops on third downs at times.
No, it's kind of been our MO all year is we play awfully good defense a lot of the time, and it's just, a couple breakdowns. In the first half, we gave up 14, and the second one was off a bad snap over the head of the punter, and so I think they get the ball like on the 15-yard line, and that's tough to defend a good team at the 15-yard line and keep them out of the end zone. And, in the second half, we played really well for 2.5 quarters, and then that's kind of one of the disappointing things for me as a coach is you look at the scoreboard and you're like, wow, that wasn't a close game, but for a lot of the game, it was, our kids fought their tails off, and then things just got away from us at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. There was definitely opportunities there. You guys were pretty in the game for quite a while. Again, season's going by pretty fast. We're kind of already at the final stretch. And, of course, these are the times where you want to be playing your best football. What is it that this team's going to need to do to kind of get on that right foot in the last final games and going into the postseason?
It's tough to when you're 0-6 now and gaining confidence, and it's one of those things. Our kids, it's a great group of kids. They've been great all off season. They're really fun to be around. They work hard. They're smart. But it's hard when you're 0-6. You just confidence-wise, when something goes wrong, it's hard to pick your head back up. And we preach about it constantly. The kids talk about it constantly, picking each other up. But they're still, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. Sure. It's a tall task, and we'll continue preaching it. And the thing that we've talked about here the last probably 3 or 4 weeks, when the season didn't start like we wanted to, was our schedule's tough. A lot of for whatever they're worth, computer algorithms and stuff have us as the toughest schedule in 5A so far this season, and Of our 6 losses, 5 of them we were within a touchdown at the end of toward the end of the third quarter, and playing awfully good teams, and we don't make mistakes or excuses about it. We're 0-6 and we own that, but our kids know that we're not a bad team, and we're not what our record says we are, and so I think they know that they have a lot to play for here, especially these last 2 weeks with Hutch and Newton, and hopefully it's just getting that success. That's kind of what went into the trick play there to start the game, is trying to find some success for them early on and kind of build some momentum. And we rode that wave for about 2.5 quarters, and then they got a couple plays on us. We turned the ball over deep in their territory, and the floodgates kind of opened up. But that's the big thing is we challenged them after the game tonight that. Our postseason kind of starts now, and just kind of the mode that we need to be in, where every single day, whether it's Sunday through or Saturday through Friday night, is huge, and everything we do needs to be toward Friday night and getting that win.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like you mentioned already, last few games of the season, and good luck, best of luck, and you guys are on the road next week. And thank you very much for joining us.
All right, thanks, Colin.
Area high school athletes now have a big home field advantage. The new Salina Regional Sports Medicine Clinic. Led by orthopedic surgeon Dr. Timothy Hawks, Salina Regional Sports Medicine offers comprehensive care, from education to prevent sports injuries, to performance, to the preservation and healing of damaged joints through surgery and rehabilitation. Fellowship trained in sports medicine orthopedic surgery, Dr. Hawks specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of ligament, cartilage, and meniscus injuries. He and his team of athletic trainers and physician assistant supports 5 area high schools, providing the highest quality, most timely care to athletes of every sport. In the school training facility, on the field, or in our clinic, we're ready wherever and whenever you need us. From high school athletes to weekend warriors, we'll help you get back in the game and keep you in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, the leader in comprehensive sports medicine.
Come watch your favorite team and earn points with our new Blazing Rewards program, only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Hi, I'm Nathan Wilcom, manager at the Longhorn Steakhouse here in Salina, Kansas. We are proud supporters of our local high school sports team and our community. I'd like to invite you to join us for a great meal at Longhorn Steakhouse. We are open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. We hope to see you at our restaurant, and when you do, ask for me or our managing partner, Sarah Grimes. We'd love to say hello.
At Domino's, they work hard to make it easy for you to earn free pizza. How hard? We probably don't have enough time to talk about all the ways they've invented for you to order, but we do have time to talk about the new ways you can earn Piece of the Pie rewards points towards free pizza. Now you can earn points when you place an order by phone or in store. That means you can earn points any way you order. If you would like to enroll, see Domino's.com/rewards or call Domino's.